Blake, I believe you know the guy was in uniform here back in December of 2011. From what you recollect of that, did that give you any kind of idea of just how Teemu was felt about in this hockey community?
Yeah, I mean, it was, probably to this day, one of the loudest crowds we've had, and obviously everyone's, the nostalgia of that year in particular. It's probably a lot of people's, fondest memories of the Jets, either version. So, he was here a short time, but I mean, he made a huge impact and had one of the greatest seasons in the history of the league. In this city, wearing our uniform. So, he's a legend, and even Louis, my son, his card collection, the cover of it's Teemu, doing the famous celebration. So I told him that last night too, and so that was pretty cool to share that with him.
Playing in opposite conferences, I don't know how many opportunities there were to cross paths with both he and or Keppel. But do you recollect any of that from your earlier time when you first came in the league with Boston or with Atlanta?
Yeah, I mean, Teemu was around a little bit longer, for me than Teppo. I think maybe just my rookie year with Teppo, so it was quick. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of memories of Teemu. I mean, I think I was playing against him in his last game for Finland too. The bronze medal game in Sochi, and I think he had a huge game too. I remember him scoring a few goals for sure. So yeah, just one of those guys that when you played against him, you kind of pinch yourself a little bit and say it's pretty cool to be playing in the same league, let alone on the same ice surface as a guy you've looked up to and a guy you kind of idolized a little bit growing up. So he was definitely one of those guys.
Teppo has always kind of had that next man up mentality, and your forward depth is getting tested a bit here. Injuries, Nikolai obviously, and Morgan, and now Mason out. How well do you think your group is kind of able to weather whatever storm comes your way on that front?
Yeah, it's an opportunity for guys. There's more ice time to go around, and it's certainly not something that you're looking for or looking forward to. Those are all guys that have had a big impact on our team and the success we've had so far this year. So, yeah, it's disappointing to see guys go down, and like I said, I think there's going to be guys in our lineup that are going to get a little jolt of energy because they're added responsibility.
You've had a strange schedule here, just 2 games in the last 8, and they were back-to-back. But now, starting tomorrow, you settle into a bit more of a routine where you're almost playing every other day. Do you like that? Yeah,
it was tough. I mean, the last 2 games were tough. It's tough to take 3 days off in the middle of the season and then get ramped up to play a game. I think it took us a little bit of time in Calgary to get back up to game pace, and I think we certainly found it against Seattle. And then now you take 3 more days, and quite honestly, we probably need it after the back-to-back and the time changes, and kind of a heavy back-to-back there. So tomorrow's gonna be a tough one. I mean, it's 3 days between games, and we're gonna have to get up to game pace as soon as possible. So first period's gonna be important for us.
Just one on the San Antonio who looks to potentially step into that role with Mason. You talked a little bit about the value of adding a guy like that, but does it come really into focus now as your depth does get tested?
Yeah, he's a guy that can play anywhere up and down your lineup, and he's a guy that contributes on the power play, and he's probably at this point played on almost every line so far, and you can't say enough about having guys who can step in and make an impact wherever they're put in.
Teppo has said in a couple of spots he's never been able to shake Winnipeg as his city, his team, because of the community feeling that he's had. Do you ever get a chance to talk to guys like him or Teemu about that feeling?
I have not.
Well, shoot. Can you relate to that concept of Winnipeg as a community then?
Yeah, I mean, I've been here 12 years, and our best friends in the world are Winnipeggers, and my kids' best friends are all from Winnipeg, and yeah, I mean, we've grown up here and raised a family here, so if there's anyone that knows anything about that, it's probably the Wheelers.
Like you're a football guy, just a thought on the Bombers playing in the 3rd straight Grey Cup and what they've been able to do across town there?
Yeah, incredible accomplishment. I mean, I've heard a little bit about, some of the principles that they have, the type of culture they've built over there, and it's really impressive anytime that you're able to compete for a championship, let alone 3 in a row. It's a real testament to what you've built over there. So we're certainly big fans of theirs, and we'll be cheering for them.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
We'll do that again tomorrow.
Okay.
Officially tomorrow.
Can't wait. I'm gonna get well rested for that.
Rick, can you just give us just an update on his Appleton status?
He had an operation this morning on his wrist, and he is probably out for anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks, unfortunately.
Was it the hit, Rick, or was it the stick jamming?
The stick jamming into the opening of the camera opening. Yeah, hard to believe, right? So that's what did it.
Was it one of those, Rick, where you pretty much knew right away it was not going to be good?
Well, yeah. When we came in off the ice and talked to him, he couldn't hold a stick. So right away, you're worried about that. And yeah, so it's just very unfortunate because obviously he was playing very, very well and playing a lot of important minutes for the team with that line and doing a phenomenal job on the penalty kill. So those are important minutes that have to be replaced.
And Sam Gagner, it looks like, is kind of the next man up to take that spot for now. Why do you think he might be a good fit there?
He has good offensive instincts. And he knows his role when we brought him in, that he was going to be moved around a little bit. And this is part of that. And again, he's got experience. He's got good offensive instincts. And hopefully, he can read off of Mark and KC and make it work. We'll see how it goes. But we certainly have faith that he'll do a good job there.
Who would be the next man up on the PK then for Mason? Because that would probably be just as important, would it not?
Well, it will. So now we just move guys up a little bit because we always started with Adam and Mason. We'll probably put Axel in there now. And then you come back with Gus, and you've got Saku sitting there, and Tony will play tomorrow. And Wheels and KC and Mark, they've all killed penalties. So, yeah.
Nikolai on the ice a little bit this morning. Was that?
Yeah, we'll see how it feels tomorrow. There's no real status quo with him. It was a light skate, and we'll see how he feels tomorrow coming in. That's all I can tell you. It's day to day with him now until we decide what's the next step to take.
You got Mikey Esamont on the third line today. What do you like about what he does on that line?
Well, we showed a lot of good positive things in the Seattle clips, and he was in a lot of them. Right? He's fearless. He's quick. He's on the puck, and he's not afraid to shoot the puck, which we love. He was putting pucks on the net, and what he showed us during that game was that he was reliable without the puck. He was reliable defensively. He made a lot of good reads coming into our zone, and he more than did the job that we expected him to do. So hopefully that can continue.
It sounds like he kind of does a lot of the things that Mason Appleton does, and is something you could see him kind of moving into that top line?
That's going to be up. That's going to be up to him.
Yeah.
He keep plays like that, then we'll keep giving him a good look. It's different body size, different skating, different hands. But the role that we asked, if he stays on that line, then he knows what his role is going to be. And as I told him, keep doing what you're doing, but you got to do it every game. You got to do it every shift, every period now. So hopefully he'll be able to do that.
Rick, just one more on Sam, but it seems like that signing didn't make huge headlines, but it seems like that's one of those sneaky good signings that teams need, guys like that, right? Coming in on almost a league minimum and can move, start on the fourth line, can penalty kill, power play, all that kind of stuff.
And yeah, move him around, and that's important because, and again, that's his versatility. That's his experience. Again, that's not how he came. I remember Sam as an 18-year-old in Edmonton because I was in Vancouver at that point. So what he was then and where he is now are two different ends of the spectrum, but give him a lot of credit for adjusting to the league from when he first came into the league, and also adjusting to his role and not complain. He's tremendous character, tremendous teammate, and those are the things that you are attracted to when you sign a guy like Sam.
Rick, we talked to Blake Wheeler, and Blake was mentioning that coming off of a 3-day break, perhaps that was one of the factors in not starting off the way that you wanted to in Calgary, and you're coming off another 3-day break here, does home ice and maybe the excitement of Teemu and Teppo night trump that a little bit, or are there other things you're looking at to have a better first period?
Well, we certainly hope so. The schedule now, again, it gets crazy as of tomorrow, as we all know, for the next couple of weeks. It won't be another 2-day break for a while. But, yeah, we're home. And listen, the crowd here is always very enthusiastic, great, passionate fans we have, so that'll give us a boost. And again, we lost first place last night with Dallas moving ahead of us, so we want it. We got to go back and we got to go get it and go after them. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Rick.
When you signed in Winnipeg, your role was kind of to be determined, and you sort of started in a bottom six role, but now it looks like you're back into the top six with some injuries. Kind of speak to the versatility that you can bring at this stage of your career?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to be ready for anything. It's a long season. There's going to be ups and downs, injuries, different things that happen, and you have to prepare for any role. So, yeah, I'm, whatever's asked of me, I'm ready to do, and hopefully, keep finding ways to help the team win.
What's the key when you're playing with guys like Mark and Kyle?
Yeah, well, they got a ton of skill, and I think you want to support that. I think it's important for me to skate and be available and get open, forecheck, all those different things. Make plays when they're there. So I think the way I play can help them, but I have to focus on my game and getting it out on the ice. And like I said, the goal is to help the team win and hopefully get another win tomorrow.
Is there like a mindset shift you have to go through when you're playing a certain amount of minutes or playing a certain style?
Yeah, I think there's an adjustment obviously with the minutes. I think playing with those guys. I don't try and change too much. I try and make plays regardless of who I'm playing with and try and create offense. So I think it's obviously helpful playing with guys like that. But I just got to make sure that I'm pushing my legs, skating with them, creating opportunities for them, and just playing my game. I don't think I have to change too much.
Maybe skating with a 5-on-5, helping a little bit in further developing the chemistry when you're also out there on the power play.
Yeah, absolutely. I think every day in practice we have opportunity to work on that and continue to build chemistry and try to read off each other even more. I'm feeling more and more comfortable not only with them but with the entire group. So as the year goes on, you have to develop chemistry with everybody, and you're going to be on the ice with different guys at different times. But certainly with those guys, they think the game at a really high level, and it's it's fun playing with guys like that.
After a college schedule of 5 games for 17 days, now it's going to be 38 and 75. How much in your own kit bag do you have to get through those type of scenarios? And are there any keys and that sort of thing that you personally have fallen back on to be prepared?
Yeah, it's it's just important to recover, make sure you're doing the necessary things to get yourself ready for games, and then recover from games. So. I think you come into camp in good shape, and then as the year goes on, you have little tricks that help you stay feeling healthy, stay feeling fresh, and you just lean on those things, lean on experience, and it helps you as you go along.
Can you share one or two of those tricks?
I have the same routine every day, and try and get the requisite sleep, and eat properly, and I think having a consistency of routine helps you stay healthy, and then it becomes second nature. It doesn't feel overbearing or monotonous or anything like that, because it's just what you do every day, and it helps during the course of a long season.
Bye.